Now this is pod racing? Now that I think of it, aside from the luxury space buses that Saud Kruger keeps squirting out like a wannabe child beauty pageant mom, no other ship manufacturer ever had approached the ship design on the sleek and cool looking way. Oh wait, there's good in my end, they even added fabulous aspect to the TheYamiks. Okay, to rephrase that, no one has made the ship recently in that way. Yes, that's more like it. No one can accuse me of not being factual now. But okay, coming at the price of 55 million, Zorgan Peterson will be coming at your faces with a totally brand new and totally cool Mamba. But really, you know, just like the dead meme from Portal, Mamba is about to become a meme in Elite, as it is a lie. The description and presentation of the ship is a lie. They say that the ship is not a Furtherland, but it is. It has the same looking engines, the same color scheme, and even, with minute alterations, the same internals. Zorgan, from which back alleys proctologist slash chiropractor slash loan shark slash PR firm's ass did you pull this description from? Is the big bad Delacey again adding bleach to your steroid injection morning cereal? Or are you just that brain dead that you think the people would believe your shit? But hey, call your morning blood-filled piss break healthy, if that makes you happy. It's not gonna be my problem when your bladder explodes. But okay, maybe somebody in the company royally shat the bed on this one, and now has to lick it all up or get sent to Delacey to copy-paste another ship. So then in general, how is the fabled Mamba itself? Well, in a word, contrary to its performance, cool as fuck. Really, the design of the ship is fucking great. There's no other way to describe it. If I weren't so in love with Corvette or Cutter, I would probably fuck this ship all day till something would fall off. Probably my penis. But hey, it's year 3300 or so detachable penis is a thing. At least I think. Fuck it, I'll make it a thing. There is something to be said about speedboats when talking about Mamba, as it certainly looks like one. Actually, the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the ship was this. The Crab Sonashi from the movie Red Line. No, and if you haven't seen the movie, do it. Absolutely gorgeous in every way. Anyways, back to the Peterson's latest defecation. The ship has somewhat flat but still well-angled top that's not too curvy like the Furtherlands, making it an absolute treat to look at. While the back engines are, well, less cool as they are compartmentalized rather than being one big glory hole of joy, but when moving it's less noticeable, so it looks alright. Though, there's one thing. Wait, I just realized one thing. Hold on. This thing in the middle, that's not a thruster. Now that is a disappointment. What is this part even supposed to be? I guess we'll never know. But speaking of the two big engines, looking from the bottom, you can see how far these engines stretch into the ship itself. And boy oh boy, it's far. It literally resembles a guy doing just a leg day for all eternity. Which too helps to explain visually from the outside as to why this ship has such a small cargo bay. Unlike with the Furtherlands that seems to be able to carry a bit more than it actually can. As for the paint job and the little panel splitting on the ship, yeah, that's a little nitpick for me and the ship's looks. I oddly don't like the white and red combo, especially with the panel splits as they are. It's also an interesting side note that every ship until now in Zorgan's lineup had its own unique color. Holler got grey, Adder got grey and blue, Furtherlands got red and white, but now for Mamba they put it in too. I really wanted to see something different, maybe a dark Latvian red? Or instead of the white, put in yellow so it resembles the Crab Sonashi more. Anyways, there is one thing that like a sore thumb sticks out for the ship, and that's the Cockpit Capsule. It would be cool if it was designed to detach from the ship as a safe pod, but since when you explode you magically pop into existence as if universe refused to let you die for all the suffering you've caused, the cockpit just sticks out as a weird thing that doesn't seem to be designed by the same designer who sketched out the original ship. It's so out of place, it can be even called immersion breaking. Oh, and with the hardpoints, this ship becomes even funnier. If you equip a gimbaled laser schlong dong, it is possible to hurt yourself with this kind of a detachable fong wang if you aim too hard. Okay, so what about the cockpit? Well, for the first time in Zorgan's long and unvery cheap-ass plastic interior littered ship-making career, this ding-dong-gong pit doesn't feel like it would be made out of plastics. as much. Oh, and you're also sitting in the center of the thing for the first time since Hauler, so OCD pilots rejoice. The one nitpick from Furtherlands is finally out the window, like the guy who designed the cockpit shape for the Mamba. The seat placement and visibility is actually pretty good, though I have one question. Who the fuck thought that putting a fucking trench inside the ship is a good idea? Is this where the extra 6-ton cargo space went to? Is this the reason? The fuck, Zorgan? Oh, so a fucking Easter egg costs 6-ton cargo space. Yeah, now we know. Thanks. Really, the only people that can see the Easter egg are the fuckers with more disposable cash than sense, i.e. VR troopers with their privileged goggles. So how about we get some fucking space, like so the rest of us decrepit plebs can see that too? But still, I don't get the logic of this stupid foxhole. We're not in Verdun frontier. The World War I is over, Britain. You didn't even take part there, so go home. You're drunk, aren't you? Aside from the useless Holomy vanity hole, what else could this be used for? An interior outhouse? Yeah, I guess it makes sense. So, either a wank hole or a shit hole. But seriously though, the cockpit is neat and everything in the ship is so tidy with not a single poorly managed cable inside. Oh, for fuck's sakes, man! You were so close to be actually the one to give a fuck. Why, the lazy? Why must you infect everything with your ineptitude? At least my dear Gutamaya seems to give a fuck, so that's good, I guess. And yes, there's an anaconda on one of the panels. I really honestly have no idea why it's there or what's happening with these panels these days. So let's just call it an Overlord's DeLacy's influence and subtle advertising. As for the performance of the ship, well, as I said in the beginning, this might as well be a failed clone, a nature's mistake of a Furtherlands. Yes, the hardpoints are different, less combat positioned, and optional internals are slightly altered, but if developers want to make variants of the ships and instead of new roles, then this is a really lazy way of doing so. You know what would be a good alternative? Oh, I don't know. Maybe a different size thrusters, different power distributor, different power plant, utilities. Those two could be changed a lot. So in a boring fashion, yes, the ship has by a minuscule amount harder Viagra effect on hull, weaker shields and more damage, so you can shred more pussy than the ripped as fuck Furtherlands. But the real change here that everything came down to was the speed and maneuverability. In a true fuck-up manner, someone in the Peterson's offices while designing the new ship in a rush job attempt at the last second just took the Furtherlands' template, used the sliders on the straight line speed and increased them as much as possible, while not realizing that the balancing algorithm just slammed your pitch and roll harder than the frat boy slams a keg of cheap beer and then the ground immediately after. I mean, fuck me. Who thought that this would be a good idea? Who thought that making a straight line speeder would make a good ship? Oh, it's for racing. How nice. But there is one small problem. Elite Dangerous does not have racing mode. It doesn't even have a racing stage on map anywhere. Granted, it would be pretty cool to have something like that made. I know I myself and other racing fans playing Elite would love that. But until then, this ship is made for gameplay that does not exist. Also, I have flashbacks to South Kruger before 2.3 patch. Ugh. So yeah, a shield tank was needed for the ship lineup of almost exclusively hull tanks, but what's the point of a combat ship that can't turn? Oh, and can't give birth at a rapid pace like a redneck. See, Mamba can barely outturn the fucking Federal Corvette. Barely. The ship literally is ready for a half of a full gameplay. That's just pitiful. And if I had to guess, this is what happens when Viper 4 fucks a Furtherlands. But beside the combat, cargo hold is garbage and jump range is the same as Furtherlands', which too is like Star Citizen. Oh, I mean garbage. So in the end, what is the point of this ship? No, really, what is the fucking point? Tell me. If you want a heavy-hitting ship, go with the big three. If you want a medium powerhouse, well, strip and get your naked ass to the gym and do some flexibility training till you shit yourself. No, seriously, Mamba, go to the gym, stretch and bend till you shit yourself. Then you can go home. You start today. But when you realize that Furtherlands is cheaper, why would you buy Mamba? So that you can enjoy Zorgan Peterson just ejaculating acid in your face and taking your money? As if you were some sort of weird reverse prostitute? You pay 4 million to Zorgan Peterson and they'll take their best tools, the best engineers, use some very rough sandpaper and discount oil, and attempt to combine the aforementioned tools with your asshole. That's what happens when you buy Mamba and not Furtherlands. Better yet, I didn't talk about the heat issue with the ship. Well, to put it simply, the shit's getting boiling hot too fast. And 39, I managed to get it. Yeah, 39,000. And I expect developers to fix it someday, perhaps. But it won't change the maneuverability of the ship, because that would make it into a Furtherlands, and we don't need 2 of those. I still don't know how to define this ship. Even for racing, it's too stiff, and the sound it produces when boosting is just a noise. Back in beta it was even worse. It had a default boost sound that a lot of early ships have. This just makes me think of a literal rush job, while the visuals on the other hand point to otherwise. So what is this? Well, whatever it is in the history of Elite Dangerous, it will be forever engraved as a lie. The same sort of a lie that some of you keep telling yourselves when you look into a mirror at age 40. And this is what the ship is really, a midlife crisis. I mean, what is this? Zorgan, why? What are you doing? Stop! This is bad! Why have you done this? Why have you become this bad? Why? Why? Oh no. No, but seriously, Peterson, what the hell is wrong with you? What is this? What nonsense is this? How dare you, you dick! So yeah, isn't that... Wait, hold on. It's not even moving. Oh my god, it's not even moving. Right, yeah, they basically didn't fix it. That's the bottom line, sorry. So, yep, this is the quality turret or gimbal capabilities. Oh yeah! Well, right now it's like having a space equivalent of a penis in your face. Penis being the engines, of course. Oh yeah. Anyways, there you go. Bye. You're welcome for the great image. You're welcome for the great imagery. You're welcome for the great imagery. Oh yes.